Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to Lewis for the gift voucher. Thank you very much for the support, my friend. It is truly appreciated. Thank you. But on to today. So I was looking through my old school 2nd edition Ultramarines Codex, just reminiscing like I like to do, when I stumbled across the absolutely awesome Legion of the Damned. And I thought it's about time we discuss them, their origins, and where the future may take them. So general spoiler warning to begin, we will be discussing general lore from across the Warhammer 40k universe, so you have been warned. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. So like I said, my first encounter with the Legion of the Damned was back in 2nd edition. And just look at this old school glory. Literally just a tactical squad, with the most amazing paint job you've ever seen. My lord, I love these models. Now the lore for their background then was very mysterious and vague, not giving us much information at all. But still, even then, setting the basis for the Legion of the Damned that we've always known. Certainly not a Codex chapter. The origins of the Legion of the Damned have been lost in the sands of time. These mysterious Space Marines are one of the great mysteries of the galaxy. Appearing from nowhere, their presence can turn the course of a battle or be the spark required to win a great victory. It goes on to say no one knows how or what summons them. And the small detail of the Imperial Tarot predicting their coming with only great difficulty. And the Tarot is something that is not mentioned as much in the current lore, but essentially what they used to be was a set of tarot cards that were psychically linked to the Emperor. No two Marines ever appeared to be adorned with the same armour markings, and there's nothing known of any leadership organisation. And this is the kind of brief, simple, mysterious description that really works so well in setting the tone for what the Legion of the Damned were. Giving you just enough to let your imagination run wild. To let you either enjoy the mystery or to develop your own theories and background. And that's then further embellished and just taken to a whole nother level when we're treated to Chief Librarian Tigurius' account of having witnessed the Legion. On the 3rd night of fighting, the Orcs took the Great Bastion from us. Despair settled in our hearts, for all hope of rescue was now gone. Of all our company I counted but 37 living, and of these, but 25 unhurt. The Orcs gathered about us in the darkness. The screeching and cackling of their Gretchen haunted us as they mustered to attack. An hour before dawn, I called the company to prayer, and since our chaplain was slain, we made our peace with the Emperor in battle fashion. It was as I raised my eyes from prayer that I saw a strange host where moments before there was nothing but darkness. At first, I thought it some connivance of the Orcs, but as the host advanced, I realised it was Space Marines, though not of any chapter under the Emperor's sun. Their armour was coloured black, and upon it drawn chilling images of bone and fire. As they advanced, an eerie glow shrouded them and fire seemed to dance about their feet, yet not a sound did they make. For a while, I believed this to be some phantasm, a vision of ancient times. For I had heard the Emperor grant such sights to those of his warriors who faced death in his name. But it was not so. For soon the ghostly warriors reached the Orcs' battle line, and suddenly the air was full of battle din, and the Orcs were wailing, crying in their terror. Seizing the moment, I regrouped my company and led them to war, yet there was little work left for us. The Orcs lacked the stomach for the fight. Soon we secured the Great Bastion once more. Of the Dark Brotherhood, there was no sign. And this old school 2nd edition artwork just perfectly encapsulates everything that the Legion of the Damned are meant to be. The mysteriousness, the unknown, and the absolute badassery. Man, I love this image. You say Legion of the Damned, and this is the picture I see. So good. But then, as the years and editions continued, the Legion received their own models, and more importantly, saw their background and lore established more too. And as with many things within the 40k universe, there were always alternative theories left out there open-ended. Now, one of those theories that I absolutely love the idea of is that the Legion of the Damned are a psychic backlash from the betrayed loyalists at the Istvaan Massacre, when the War Master betrayed all those loyal within his own legion and those of his brothers. The shock and trauma of so many betrayed, loyal sons of the Emperor left its mark within the universe, their vengeance firing still, even into death. And still to this day, those loyal sons of the Emperor return to fight in his name. And that certainly has an element of appeal to it, there's no doubt about that. But the main development became the establishment of the long-rumoured link with the Firehawks chapter. Now this is something that had dated back to the pages of White Dwarf 99, so it wasn't exactly new. But the Firehawks chapter were a loyalist successor chapter, rumoured to be successors of the Ultramarines and Rabute Guilliman. Though interestingly, there are defects and deviances within their gene archive that could well contradict it. So it does pose the intriguing question, just who was the Primarch of the Firehawks? But regardless, as part of the cursed 21st founding, the future was not to be kind to the chapter. After being ordered to take out a force of Eldar pirates, the entire chapter was lost in the warp, and there was even rumours of the Officio Assassinorum being involved, though how unfounded they were, I will leave up to you. The truth of the matter was, being trapped within the warp, the chapter was at the mercy of the ruinous powers. But one vessel did manage to escape alive, far beyond the eastern fringe, and beyond the light of even the Emperor. And of these mere 200 survivors, the effect of the warp had taken its toll. Sickness and madness infected them like a plague. Thus the remaining Marines pledged to die in service of their Emperor, stripping all insignia and chapter markings from their armour. If they were to die, they would make their death worthy. And the birth of the Legion of the Damned is rumoured to have begun. And this story is seemingly confirmed by the Legion's encounter with a force of greenskins. After arriving mysteriously as ever and obliterating the Orc foe, an old battered and torn chapter banner of the Firehawks remains upon the battlefield. Now I can see why this story and explanation were given, to give people the answers that they always wanted. It's in our nature to be curious. And like I said, the Firehawks link has been around a long time, and I can understand the appeal of a chapter fighting on in defiance of their fate. But personally, the Firehawks history to me takes away an element of the mystery. The thing I always loved most about the Legion of the Damned, especially as a kid, was that you just don't know who or what they are, and that their mysterious arrivals in times of need and miraculous disappearance gave them an amazing ghost or wraith aspect. Giving them a star thought of the Raptorus Rex, for example, which was the Fireclaw's fortress monastery, makes them too real to me. I much prefer the image of a lone squad appearing without sign, turning the tide of a lost battle, before disappearing without a trace. And this leads me on to the theory of the Legion being a psychic manifestation of mankind itself. That the subconscious feeling of hope from so many somehow activates the burgeoning psychic potential and manifests the Legion's appearance. Now, while I like the idea of this one, I'm not sure how the hope of mankind could relate to the Legion's specific appearance on certain battlefields. If it was the case, you'd expect there to be sightings all over the place. Though, of course, it is said, nothing inspires hope like the sight of the Adeptus Astartes, the Emperor's immortal warriors. So that could be a nice explanation as to why they appear on certain ones. Because the knowledge of having the Adeptus Astartes present on your world, fighting to protect you, kernels that small piece of hope in everyone, no matter the odds, and thus the Legion appears. For me though, I personally just like the idea of the Legion of the Damned just being a true mystery, not being tied to the past, not being given starforts or starships, just mysterious ghosts of vengeance, wrath of the Emperor made manifest. When by the time the survivors of the battle realise it's over, they've already gone, just keeping that element of mystery alive. Of all the theories out there for an explanation, if I had to choose one, I would definitely go with the idea of them being ghosts of Istvaan, the psychic backlash of all those betrayed by their brothers and primarchs. Still loyal lunar wolves, Emperor's children, unleashing their vengeance for the Emperor. Man, I have to admit that idea definitely gives me some tingles. And it would be a great tie-in to those who want to believe the ghost of Ferrus Manus leads the Legion of the Damned. And look, though Ferrus was a psychic apparition summoned by the Emperor, I think we can all admit the fiery spectre of the Gorgon appearing on a battlefield with the Legion at his back would be insanely awesome. And for the future, will we see an expansion on the lore? A return to the tabletop? Primaris Legion of the Damned? Well, for the lore, like I said, I hope they're kept the mystery that they should be. Let people wonder. Fire those imaginations. Then the Legion can be whatever we each want them to be. Model-wise? Well, I certainly hope they return to being able to buy them. Most likely a made-to-order appearance in the future at some point. But let's be real here. The quality of the sculpts these days is through the roof. A new Legion of the Damned would be, oh boy, that would be something. Could we see Primaris? Well, I guess that depends on the route in the lore that they want to go. If it is some form of psychic apparition from Istvaan or the Firehawks chapter, then it's not likely, because those are firmly rooted in the past. If they want to keep them a complete mystery, then absolutely, yeah, of course, they could definitely have Primaris Legion of the Damned. But that is the only way, by keeping them a mystery, without ties to the past. But as always guys, what do you think? What theory behind the Legion of the Damned do you like the most? And remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be the one that you think makes the most sense. Just the one that appeals to you. Would you like to see them get new models? Or would you be happy with old made-to-order ones? And how would you feel about Primaris Legion of the Damned? As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I love to read them. A huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support really means a lot to me, it truly does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.